Hello guys, and welcome back to our channel. We are back for our viewers with a new, interesting, and exciting video. On our channel this time, we want to talk about the top 10 facts on the COVID-19 coronavirus. Do you know how long the virus can survive on certain surfaces? Do you know how susceptible each individual is to the disease? There is a lot more you don't know than you do, but it is utmost essential that you know all these, given this disease has dreaded for over a year now. So listen carefully to the 10 surprising facts about the virus that changed humanity forever. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and always hit the bell icon for updates on new content. Number 10 is, you should be careful while having sex. The virus is not considered a typically sexually transmitted disease since it is not distributed by genital contact. But since it is transmitted by respiratory droplets, it can be spread through kissing. Be patient in the bedroom, and for now, consider altering your sexual routine. And one thing is certain, now is not the time to find a new intimate partner. Number 9 is the COVID-19 virus can live on surfaces for days. COVID-19 is distributed by respiratory droplets mainly. The virus may move from one person to another when an infected person sneezes or coughs. Doesn't matter if it is direct, which is why the CDC recommends that at least a 6-foot distance be maintained from other people or through an intermediate surface. The virus can spread through the air as well, but it is more likely to be crowded, indoor environments with low ventilation and fewer individuals than in areas with plenty of outdoor air. Researchers have found that the virus can live on cardboard for up to 24 hours and on plastic and stainless steel for 2 to 3 days. The CDC states that the virus was found up to 17 days after passengers disembarked on the surface of the Diamond Princess cruise ship. Only pieces of the virus, however, were detectable, not viruses capable of infecting a person. Number 8 is, people who don't have symptoms can spread the virus. In February, 1/3 of the 565 Japanese people evacuated from Wuhan, China, who tested positive for coronavirus infection, never developed symptoms of COVID-19, and more than half of infected children registered no symptoms or just mild symptoms in a study out of China. Up to 40% of infected people do not experience symptoms, the CDC reports. That's good news for the people affected, but bad news for public health, because people who are infected but don't have symptoms can spread the virus to others accidentally. In order to avoid the spread of disease, public health authorities are urging all individuals to drastically reduce social interaction. When you go to a public indoor venue, wearing a cloth facial covering protects others because you might be contaminated and not know it. Wearing a mask decreases the likelihood that the infection could unknowingly spread to those in the room around you. Number 7 is, people with type A blood may be more susceptible to infection. A Chinese study of 2,173 individuals hospitalized with COVID-19 found that, based on the percentage of people with type A blood in the general population, the proportion of sick people with type A blood was substantially greater than researchers would expect. The research also showed that there were fewer people with type O blood who were sick than expected. These results have been confirmed by genomic studies of patients from Italy and Spain, indicating a higher risk of developing COVID-19 respiratory failure in type A blood patients. Number 6 is, some people with COVID-19 have digestive symptoms. The most common symptoms of the latest coronavirus infection are cough, fever, and shortness of breath, but many people still experience digestive symptoms, including loss of appetite, diarrhea, vomiting, and abdominal pain. 48.5% of the 204 people admitted to the hospital with COVID-19 had digestive symptoms, according to a report published in the American Journal of Gastroenterology. A small percentage of 7 people only had digestive trouble symptoms. There was no cough, fever, or shortness of breath in these individuals. Number 5 is, reinfection may be possible. If a person gets COVID-19, are they immune to future SARS-CoV-2 infection? And how long is immunity going to last? 4 separate coronaviruses are responsible for 10 to 30% of our common colds, and we all know that getting a cold does not prevent you from catching another cold. However, animal research indicates that the novel coronavirus could be different. Macaque monkeys who were exposed to SARS-CoV-2 did not develop another infection after recovery from COVID-19. In humans, doctors in 5 separate countries have clinically reported 5 cases of SARS-CoV-2 reinfection, of which numerous unconfirmed cases have occurred based on viral genome sequencing for the first and second infections. The risk of SARS-CoV-2 reinfection varies from person to person and also depends on the particular strain of SARS-CoV-2 to which the individual is exposed. Researchers around the world are closely researching the immune response and immunity of people to variants of SARS-CoV-2. Number 4 is the FDA has approved the first targeted COVID-19 treatment, a COVID-19 specific medication. The drug bamlanivimab has recently been granted permission for emergency use, or EUA. It is at high risk of developing serious disease for people with mild to moderate COVID-19. The drug, a monoclonal antibody that targets the SARS-CoV-2 spike protein, reduces emergency department visits and hospitalizations in clinical trials. When he tested positive for COVID-19, the United States FDA also approved the antibody cocktail President Trump got. Remdesivir is an FDA-approved antiviral medication for the treatment of COVID-19, but it is reserved for hospitalized patients. In certain circumstances, it has been shown to improve symptoms and shorten recovery time. Number 3 is coronavirus can make babies seriously ill. Children are much less likely to get sick compared to adults if they contract the novel coronavirus. However, very young children, less than 1 year of age, tend to be more vulnerable than older children to this serious illness. Nearly 11% of sick infants were seriously or critically ill from the records of 2,143 Chinese children, compared to 7% of children aged 1 to 5 years, 4% of children aged 6 to 15, and 3% of adolescents aged 16 and older. In the United States, fewer than 2% of cases were in children younger than 18 years of age from February 12th to April 2nd. 15% of these pediatric cases were in children under 12 months. Some children who are positive for current or recent SARS-CoV-2 infection are affected by multisystem inflammatory syndrome, or MIS. MIS is uncommon but quite serious. MIS is characterized by gastrointestinal symptoms and inflammation of the heart or any other system. Kawasaki condition, a disease that may lead to swollen coronary arteries or even coronary artery aneurysms, is similar to the syndrome. If your child has a fever, stomach pain, vomiting, diarrhea, neck pain, rashes, bloodshot eyes, or is much more tired than usual, call your doctor right away. Number 2 is you can't catch coronavirus from your pet. The CDC states right now that there is no proof that poultry, pets, or wildlife can spread the disease to humans, but we are still unsure whether humans can pass it on to their animals. And my advice, if you're sick, is not to snuggle with your animals and keep them at a safe distance without isolating them entirely from you, because that's not healthy for them either. And number 1, it is not a Chinese virus. Lately, this word has been tossed around a lot, but doing so is completely inaccurate and just plain wrong. COVID-19 is part of an existing family of viruses called coronaviruses and has little to do with geography, and it is discriminatory in characterizing a virus based on a particular ethnicity or country. The first scenario, in theory, could have begun anywhere. We enjoy you to please use our comment section to reach us, and we will always be here to attend to your comments. I hope you like our video. Thanks for watching.